I used to hate the concept of luck in business. The idea that it doesn't matter how hard you work, most of success will become from luck drove me nuts. And I realized, I believe now that despise of luck is less to do with luck and more with a fundamental misunderstanding of luck. So I want to break this down, but I want to do it from a perspective of how do you generate luck in your business? What are the aspects of luck that you can control so that you can have outsized results based on your output? So what is luck? Luck is seemingly random, but it's when something happens that appears to be out of your control and either you had no say in it whatsoever and it just happened, or this is what I think what we should be focusing on. Luck is when something out of your control happens and you are positioned to take advantage of it. Luck, let me put it this way. If you started a business on Amazon in 2011, 2012, 2013, you were incredibly lucky. That doesn't mean every single person in the world was lucky. It just meant that those who started the business during that time were at a position that they could take advantage of something. And so of something that was out of their control, which is the market going crazy and that platform flooding and them able to take advantage of all these new eyeballs. You didn't have to be necessarily good at Amazon. You just had to be on there selling. But if you weren't on there selling, then nothing matters. That has no impact on you whatsoever. Okay, if you started a TikTok account in 2019, 2020, then you were positioned very well to take advantage of the luck. And the luck was that platform exploded, especially in the early months of COVID. That platform exploded. Doesn't mean that everyone could take advantage of that, but the people who were positioned well, who were on the platform at that time, were able to take advantage of something outside of their control. So luck in and of itself is incredibly determined by the position that you are in. So if you want more luck, we have to dissect this and say, what are the positions that I can put myself in to take advantage when luck inevitably and randomly happens? Well, there's a couple ways that I like to think about it, that I've started to think about it in the last probably 6 months. Big shout out to Operators Podcast to really reframe my brain around this. Not all skill sets are equal. Some skill sets have a significantly higher reward than others. So, for example, up until TikTok took off, advertising, the ability to capture attention through paid media was a outlandish skill set that if you were even half good at it, you could be better than 99% of people. And so the results were outsized to your skill. Let's say your skill, most people operate at a 0 or a 1. If you operate at a 4 or a 5, you're getting 90% of the market share. You don't have to be very good. You just have to be a little good. You're on the platform, you're a little good in skill set, and you get all of the rewards. That's an outsized skills, an outsized result for the skill you have. That's something that I've been calling skill arbitrage. So you're looking and saying, where is the demand, where it is the market value, and where is the opportunity. If I am a little better at this thing than other people, I can get all the rewards. That is skill arbitrage. That changes, right? So that skill, we'll use the example of the ads, that skill of being good at media buying, being good at ads, has changed post TikTok, because TikTok all of a sudden reach, the ability to get in front of people, which is a primary benefit of ads, that is no longer something that you have to pay to do. Instead, you can do organically, and you don't have to just have a large following either. You can do this organically through just interest-based content. When TikTok came out, they started releasing or portraying the For You page and giving you content based on your interests rather than your follows. All of a sudden you could have 0 followers, but if you have the skill of creating good content, you could have 0 followers and get 1 million views today, no problem. That's skill arbitrage. That made the skill of being good at ads in order to get in front of people irrelevant, because now you can do it for free on TikTok and get 1 million views. So that skill that on Facebook and on ads that was highly valuable is now significantly less. So question is so how do you find out what these skills are that you should arbitrage? I like to ask a couple questions, my own framework for it. I ask, where is the demand? So where is the demand? And then the second question is, where is the gap? Those 2 questions have been really helpful. If you look at we'll say writing content as an example. The skill of writing content used to be quantity. Could you write a lot? How much could you write? The more you wrote, then the better chances that you would get discovered, right? The more you wrote, that was what was valued. It was quantity. That's where the demand was. So people were paid. How do you define where the demand is? You look at what people were paid for. People were literally paid to just churn out articles. Now, all of a sudden, AI in the last couple of years have come around, and AI is really, really good at writing at this point. AI is better than almost every other writer. If you can direct it, you can learn how to tweak it. AI is phenomenal. So, question is, the demand is no longer just for quantity of content. Now it's for quality. Can you write well? But it's not just for quality in the general quality sake. Like you can have a medical journal that will never go viral, high dense quality, but it will never go viral. The real value right now anyway is shareability and authenticity. It's those 2, and those 2 go hand in hand. So the real skill arbitrage when it comes to writing is, are you able to write things that are shareable? And are you able to write things that are authentic? That is high demand and high gap, right? So high demand, that's what people want, and high gap, meaning there's very few people that can do that. And the people who do write authentic, genuine content that is shareable, that's not just promoting something, that really connects with another human and has that shareable, that virality factor, it's broad enough to connect with a lot of people. That intersection is where the skill arbitrage is today when it comes to writing. So whenever you're looking at a new opportunity, or whenever you're looking at skill and you're considering luck as a factor, what's helped me is to reframe that. This isn't luck. This is looking at skill and saying, how can I position myself by adopting and getting good at specific skills? How can I position myself to take advantage of that luck that may or may not happen? But if I don't attempt to position myself for where I think the luck's going to be, then I won't take advantage of it if it does happen. And how do you do that? You look at it through demand and through the gap.